All right, we have the GL450. I'm gonna make a quick short video just so that way we can get an overview of what needs to be done to this vehicle and what our plan of action is. So the rear door does work. I'm gonna show you what's working and what's not working. First of all, there's some modules that have been removed from the vehicle. You can see some of the water damage on these modules. You can see the corrosion that's inside the pins on the connectors. So cleaning them is not suggested. Can be done, not suggested. We've seen problems where they come back. So you see there's another module down there. It looks like for Sirius. That's probably something you're not going to need over there. You got a lot of components here that are apart out of the vehicle. Panels here, clips. These seats are loose. The bolts, we got to get to all of these things. We got to check them all, make sure they're functioning. So I mean, on one end, it's good that someone tried to remove these things, probably tried to remove some of the modules to get access and see where the water went. But it's also a little bit more challenging for us because we didn't remove it. So since we didn't remove it, we have to figure out where they put the bolts, where things go, where the clips and panels go. This isn't an older vehicle, it's a pretty new vehicle. It's not saying that it's something we can't do. We can absolutely do it. It's just like putting a large puzzle together. So we have to put the pieces back. So open the door. I pulled this carpet out here. You can see some of the sand. You see the sand here? This is all sand from wherever the water went. So wherever there's sand, there was water. The carpets are really not bad at all. You can tell that they've been in water on the underside, but there's no mold, and I definitely think they can be reused. If there's any odor or anything in the future, you could probably just use a deodorizer or carpet cleaner, but I don't think there's gonna be. This fuse box here was completely underwater. You know, the wires, you can see some corrosion and some corrosion in the pins. So it is suggested that we replace that. The SRS module is right under here. That's also going to be a big no-no to have that in water. So I also suggest that to be replaced. And we do have some random airbag lights on, which is most likely because of that. We'll check the harness as well. Again, more panels that we had to remove. These seats are all loose. Everything's, you know, loose in the seat to kind of get access. So we do need to figure out where everything goes, see what got corroded, check all the connectors. So I'll go over to the other side so you can see where the car started. So let me get the keys. All right, so we have everything else here. The seats in the front also, again, panels are loose, carpet is loose, so all of these things have to be removed. So it is suggested that we remove the entire interior so we can get down to the root of the vehicle and see exactly where water has touched, what water has caused damage on. I don't think it's going to be a bad situation. I think it's actually going to be a lot better than most, but the key here is prevention. So we want to take everything out that's in the base of the vehicle, seats, carpets, make sure there's no mold or anything underneath, make sure we get all the sand out of there, get all the water, and then we can put everything back. We should plug all items into the car as much as we can without putting the interior back together. And then once we do that, we should erase all the codes and see what comes back. Once we know what comes back, we can process those codes under phase 2, which will determine what's needed. If it needs a SRS module, if it needs, you know, something in the suspension, like the suspension is not functioning right now. So as you can see, the car does start. Vehicle works, it's running right now. Sounds like it's running pretty smoothly. You can see I'm able to rev the engine. So that's all a plus. That's all great news, the fact that this does work after water damage. So I think we're in pretty good shape on that end of things. Obviously everything's not plugged in for the seats. but there are some airbag lights. Let me see where it is. Airbag light is on. The SRS light is the airbag. We also have the malfunction in the power steering. It's hard to focus here. I don't know why it's not focusing. Alright, yeah, the third row. Keep going. Third row. See if I can go through. Here goes your airbag air suspension malfunction, power steering malfunction. We have an airbag malfunction. So there's quite a few lights that are on. And again, I think we should go through the process of first eliminating all of the underneath carpets, which are all loose right now, but they're not securely placed as to where they should be. But they did bolt everything back loosely, or most things back loosely. So step one, remove interior. Center console, you can even see the carpet down here. You see it's all loose. Someone didn't put this stuff back together correctly, so some stuff was removed. That might be very beneficial for you. And then once we have all that removed, clean it all out, put everything back together that we can plug in, change any wiring that's damaged, if any. Fuse boxes should be replaced in the SRS module for safety. And then once we have all that stuff together, we can erase all the codes, put it all back together, and process what's actually wrong, if anything is wrong with the vehicle. All right, hopefully this is a good update for you, and we will give you another update once we have some more information, once we've begun the project. And on another note, the vehicle is outside right now. There is a flat tire on this left front. Left front is flat. The suspensions are down, you can see. So what I would like to do is once we get approval to really get into this job, I want to make sure that my technician is going to have the authorization to get it done as quickly and effectively as possible, so that we're not tying up a bay. Because as you can see, there are a lot of components that are going to have to come out of the car, and I'd like to spread them out in the shop neatly and organized so that nothing goes missing. Everything can get put back together, and we could do this over the course of a week, and have everything out and in, and just focus on this vehicle so we can get it back to you as quickly as possible. Also, I know you mentioned something about the paint. It can be painted whatever color you'd like, but for it to be done properly, there's multiple ways of painting. You can just spray over everything, and you're gonna have a really crappy paint job. It's gonna be all over the moldings, it's gonna be all over the taillights. That's going to be the cheapest one, but that's still going to be somewhere around $1,500 to $2,000. And that's going to be really, really bad. To get it done properly, which we can do, it's going to be closer to the $5,000, $6,000 mark, because it is a big vehicle, and that's just an estimate. I'd have to really, if you're serious about getting it done, I'd have to really break it down, because all the panels have to come out so you don't see overspray all over everything. Moldings, lights, all that stuff is going to be removed, and it's going to be painted with Mercedes paint, and everything will look spectacular when it's done, buffed, clear coated, the whole works. So that's going to be closer to $5,000 or $6,000 to do that job properly. So let me know what you'd like to do. I hope this update helps you out, and we'll be in touch soon.